if you win, you're through.
Yeah, we have no option than to just go out for an all-out attack in that game. But then we really have to do it with cautious. Yeah, because as we speak right now, the Hungarians actually we have the same number of points, but they have 2 goals. They have the advantage. Yeah, yes, they have the advantage when it comes to goal difference. And it's really very important that the players go all out. The coach of the side, Manu Garba, has been able to correct his mistakes, like the kind of mistakes they make in the first game. Playing just 2 midfielders in that game, he was able to play about 3-4 midfielders in the game against Korea. So yeah, giving us a balance, So we're going to be playing against an Hungarian side who are tactically very good. You could see the way they play. They are very fast. They are nifty, and that's why it is very imperative that we take our chances. We cannot afford to squander chances in that game because a win is all we need. All hope has been on this, has been on this team. They have been a team that many Nigerians believe they will not even have any problem. They will definitely take their opponents apart at the Under-20 World Cup. But right now, it's good. That they actually lost their first game because it brings them back to life. Yes, that you really have to work very hard to secure victories in your game, and I think they will definitely get a victory in the game against Hungary.
All right, so some games are currently going on at the FIFA Under-20 World Cup. Ukraine leading the United States of America by 3 goals. New Zealand, 87 minutes played, 4 goals to 1 up against Myanmar. Well, it's full time in the game involving Ghana. They've won
by a long goal.
Defeated Panama, I think. Yeah, and they are through. Yeah. Argentina as well played a goalless draw.
They are out.
They are out. 6-time champions.
Yeah, 6-time champions, and the opponent actually Austria qualified after securing. They have 5 points. Ghana defeated Panama, and they have 7 points. The only goal of the game was actually scored in the 87th minute by Emmanuel Boateng, and it's really very good. We hope our dear Flying Eagles will also follow suit. The other African teams are not actually doing well. If you ask me, Senegal with just 1 point and Mali with just 3 points, they still have a very good chance. But we hope the one that concerns us has to do with the Flying Eagles.
That will be on Sunday morning.
On Sunday, we hope they will get the job done.
All right. I'm already seeing pictures of Ghana celebrating. Coach Alasete and his boys are really having a nice time out there in New Zealand. All right, let's talk about the big one for the ladies. They have promised that they're going to fly. Their wings will not be clipped. Let's talk about the Falcons. 1 day to go. Everything starts tomorrow. And a lot of people have painted pictures that I don't want to recreate here, talking about the chances of the Falcons. But let's bring to you the fixtures. Host Canada starting off tomorrow, playing against China. New Zealand take on Netherlands. That's Holland. I don't know if I'm going to call them the Orange Girls, but the guys, we do call the guys the Orange Boys. This will take place on Saturday. Let's take a look at what happens on Sunday. Also, interesting matches will be played on Sunday. You have Norway taking on Thailand on Sunday. Yeah, that's it on screen. And Germany taking on Cote d'Ivoire also on Sunday. That's the Africa's first representative to take part in the Cup. What about Monday? That's where the big one. Nigeria, Sweden take on Nigeria. United States take on Australia. We have Cameroon take on Ecuador. Japan take on Switzerland. A lot has been said already, Kunle, but I'm not going to deny you the opportunity of having your say on this one. It's going to be very hard to ask you if you think that can Nigeria beat Sweden or can Nigeria beat United States. But I'm going to say, and I expect a quick response anyway, do you think Nigeria can make it out of this group?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we have a very good chance to make it out of this group, considering the way the team is actually structured as we speak. The team, for me, in the last the World Cup that we've participated, I think this is the best group of players that will be going to the World Cup. If you ask me, the last time we actually made it to the quarterfinal was dated back to 1999. But we have a very strong team right now. We have one player who is actually doing it, who can match up with the likes of Klopp of Germany and so many other top players, Mata of Brazil and others. Talking about Asisat Oshola, we also have Desire Paranoze, who is also doing very well. So I think we have a very good chance. Apart from the United States of America, who seems to be like, they look absolutely unstoppable. It will be an upset if we beat United States of America. But I think for Sweden and the Australians, we have a very good chance against them. So I think if we start on a very good note on Monday, if we are able to beat the Swedish team or probably get a draw against them, the next game, if we actually get a win against Australia, that is absolutely possible. And we'll see how it goes against the United States of America. So I think the Falcons, with the kind of preparation they've gotten, with the caliber of players at their disposal, I think they can make it through to the next round.
All right, I do hope I can share Kunle's optimism. But let's move away from there. Let's travel abroad. Berlin, to be precise, in Germany, and talk about UEFA Champions League final. Easily the biggest game on the planet. And we're going to start by looking at the favorites, Barcelona. If you were Luis Enrique tomorrow, what would you do? You have the best players at your disposal. Will you try to change something? Will you just play the way you've been playing? Are you going to replace Ter Stegen and put in Claudio Bravo, who's been in goal in the league, or you're going to continue? A whole lot of questions, but what would you do?
Yeah, if I'm actually Luis Enrique, I think I'll be starting with the players that played in the final of the Copa del Rey and, start up the attacking foray of, Luis Suarez, Neymar, and then Lionel Messi. So these are the kind of players I will be starting with. And one thing that he has to do, you tell the players to ensure that once they get their chances, they have to convert it because they have to bury it because I think they would not have so much chances in that game. Looking at the way Juventus is structured, the way they play as we speak. So the Barcelona team has what it takes to actually break the defense line of Juventus and put in goals. We might not see many goals in this game, but I think the Barcelona team looks like the team that have the advantage, that have the edge, a slight edge over the Juventus team.
Any injury worries for Barcelona?
No injury worry for Barcelona as of now. The likes of Xavi Hernandez was injured before now, but he's actually back in training, and they have the complement of all their players.
All right, let's move to their opponents. Talk about the Italians. People are not writing them up, but a lot of people still feel that Barcelona are head and shoulders above the Italians. But looking at this man in your picture, Massimiliano Allegri, this season has been a success.
Absolutely.
Whichever way you want to look at it. A lot of people, this man also, Giorgio Chiellini, will not be playing. Will not be available in that game. I don't know. How do you think Juventus, how can they go about this game? Should they go for the Catenaccio, play the normal way the Italians are playing, or should they go toe-to-toe with Barcelona?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people believe Barcelona has, in terms of the midfield, they have a edge over the Juventus team. But I think I totally disagree with the caliber of players that Juventus actually parade. The likes of Pello there. We have Paul Pogba, who is also there. Arturo Vidal is also there. These are the kind of players that can match up with the likes of André Iniesta, Busquets, and others. So I think Juventus, what they need to do is to actually be disciplined. They are always very disciplined in defense, and they have to just do as much as possible to match Barcelona in the midfield. And they've got fantastic players up front who can score the goals. We have Carlos Tevez. They also have Alvaro Morata who can do the damage. So I think the Juventus team will match Barcelona come tomorrow.
And maybe Fernando Llorente as well.
Yeah, Llorente
if he gets to play,
he's also a kind of player who can put in many goals. And they know that they are more or less like the underdog. Looking at the way Juventus are talking about the UEFA Champions League, and they've surprised so many this season, beating the likes of Real Madrid to actually progress into this level of the competition. So they look like the team that can also stop Barcelona from getting a treble.
Okay, all right. So whichever of this team wins tomorrow will be getting the treble. That is 3 trophies in this calendar, this season. So we just keep our fingers crossed and see how all of those things will definitely pan out. We have a big game on our hands tomorrow in Berlin. Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll spend the few minutes we have left talking tennis give you a slice of Formula One if we still have time. Join us again. All right, welcome back. Let's take you to the Roland Garros now and spend a few minutes we have left talking about the French Open. We have 4 semi-finalists for the men's singles. And of course, it's going to be very interesting because both matches will be played today. Of all the 4 semi-finalists, only one does not already have his name on a Grand Slam. And that's how we start this. Does Joe Wilfred Tsonga stand any chance of winning his first Grand Slam? Do you think home support will count for anything against this man, Stanislas Wawrinka?
I think that would be an uphill task if you ask me. He's a very fantastic player, and just like you said, he's the only one out of the 4 semi-finalists who is yet to win a Grand Slam. Remember, Wawrinka won it in last year in Australia. But I think the way he has played so far, he hasn't done badly. But looking at his opponent, Stanislas Wawrinka, looks for me absolutely unstoppable, and I think he has a slight edge over Joe Wilfred Tsonga in this game.
Okay, so we'll leave that and we'll see how things pan out. In a few hours, both players will step to the courts and play. All right, this one, world number 1, Novak Djokovic. And Britain's, I don't know if it's Scotland's number 1.
No, British number 3.
Britain's number 1. Whichever way you want to look at it, both guys would play in this one. Novak has 28 games unbeaten.
Yes,
in this one.
He has 26.
And Andy Murray has his best form ever.
Yeah, 15
on clay.
15
this season.
Games.
So looking at the matchup, it's really, I don't know if you consider it tight.
Yeah, it's really very, very tight. World number 1 against world number 3, and both players have met 26 times, with Djokovic winning 18 and Andy Murray winning 8. And in about 7 meetings, it has been victory going the way of Novak Djokovic. So Novak Djokovic gone in for a career,
Grand Slam.
Grand Slam. Yeah, he has won the Australian Open. He has won the French
Open. Is the Grand Slam
the only Grand Slam is yet to win. While Andy Murray is gone in for his 3rd Grand Slam title. It's going to be very tough. It's really difficult to predict because these are the 2 most informed tennis players in the world as we speak.
On the men's circuit.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so that's how we have to wrap things up on the show this morning. We do hope that you've enjoyed everything we've been able to do. Sports This Morning comes your way again next week. That's on Monday. Till then, bye-bye now.